So, the purpose of this video is to teach your dog to turn in a complete circle while keeping his front feet on an elevated surface. So, the first thing you need is a prop for this. I use a very large food bowl that I bought at Walmart for about $8. It's plastic. And I put a piece of yoga mat, glued it to the bottom so that he would have some traction because this surface is pretty slippery. So to do this trick, you put the bowl upside down on the floor in front of you. This is actually a combination of perch and spin and twist, which we learned in week 1. So if you in fact trained those two behaviors separately, now we're going to put them together into this trick. If you didn't train those two behaviors, I would certainly suggest training them separately first and then attempting to do this trick. So I'm going to ask my dog to perch. He already knows that command, so I'm just going to say perch. I'm going to say yes, good perch when he's on the bowl. So then I'm going to have food in my right hand, and I'm going to ask him to turn in a circle while keeping his feet still on the bowl, front feet still on the bowl. So I'm going to put the treat to his nose. With my right hand, I'm going to turn him clockwise, which is to my left, which is actually his right. So I'm going to lure him with the treat, and I'm going to be very careful with the placement of the treat. I want it very close to his nose and to turn his head quite tightly so that his rear end just follows his head around and his front feet stay on the bowl. If his front feet go off the bowl, I'm going to stop and wait for him to put them back on, and then I'll continue to lure him around. As I'm luring, I'm going to say good pivot, good pivot, good pivot, good pivot. When he gets back around where we started, yes, good pivot, awesome. And then I'm going to say okay to release him and lure him off the bowl. Also going to do this the other direction, so I'll have treats in my left hand. I'm going to lure him to my right, which is counterclockwise, which is also to his left. That's why I use my left hand to go left for the dog. So I'm going to turn his head fairly tightly and lure him in a circle so he keeps his front feet on the bowl until he gets all the way back around. I'm going to say yes, good twirl, good twirl. Give him a treat, and then say okay and lure him off the bowl. Eventually, once he has the idea and he knows to go both directions with the lure, I'm going to gradually raise my hand a little higher so I'm not really on his nose. So he's now going, like with spin and twist, he's now going to be doing the behavior with me just luring on above his head, basically. So I'm not right at his nose. He's going to be responsible for doing the behavior and keeping his feet on the bowl. Then eventually I can take the treat out of my hand and I can just do that hand motion and give him the command so he knows which direction to go. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, perch. Yes, good perch. Awesome. Yes, good pivot, good pivot. Yes, good pivot. Super awesome. Nice pivot. Okay, perch. Yes, good perch. Nice job. Good perch. Yes, good pivot. Good pivot. Very nice. Yes, good pivot. Super awesome. Good pivot. Yes. Okay, good ball. Okay, perch. Yes, good perch. Very nice. Yes, good pivot. Good pivot. Yes, good pivot. Super awesome. Good pivot. Okay. So now we're going to go the other direction. Okay, perch. Yes, good boy. Good perch. Good job. Yes, good twirl. Nice twirl. Yes, yes, good twirl. Super awesome. Good twirl. Okay. Okay, perch. Yes, good perch. Good twirl. Good twirl. Good twirl. Yes, good twirl. Super awesome. Good job. Good twirl. Perch. Yes. Yes, good twirl. Good twirl. Good twirl. Yes, good twirl. Super awesome. Good twirl. So now we're going to try it. I'm going to have my hand a little higher. See if he'll still do it to the right. Okay, perch. Yes, good boy. Pivot. 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 Yes, good pivot. Nice job. Good pivot. Okay. Okay, perch. we're going to try to the left, holding the treat a little higher. Yes. Twirl, twirl, twirl. Yes, got twirl. So nice. That was awesome. Okay. Okay, perch. Yes. Twirl, twirl, twirl. Yes, good boy. Good twirl. Nice. Good job. Okay. Okay, perch. Yes. Twirl, twirl, twirl. Yes, good twirl. So nice. Good job. Good twirl. Okay. So now just start luring the dog less, have your hand higher, and maybe just make a little circular motion, kind of like you did with the spin and the twist, and also saying the word pivot or twirl to give him the idea of which way he's going, and then you have the trick, and that is pivot and twirl. Good job, buddy.